Hey y'all, hey, y'all know me, dropping in to spread a little tea. And you know how we do it, so let's get right into it. So y'all know yesterday I posted them two videos with Briana, posting the twins, playing, hugging, laughing, showing the babies enjoying their time with their siblings. And y'all, for a split second, I caught myself smiling. I'm not gonna lie. It felt good to see her like that. I don't know. I can't say it felt good to see her like that, but I think babies will make anybody smile. You know what I'm saying? They're so cute and adorable. So I was just watching the video smiling. And I could see that she loved her children. Like, I mean, you can't take that away from her. I think she loves her children. And I ain't gonna lie, it gave me a little bit of hope for her. Like maybe she finally starting to see what really matters, her children. But the more I sat with it, the more I realized, hell no, Harmony. One good moment don't change her story, so don't even go there. And that's what I want to talk about right now, the difference between moments and change. See, I can admit when something looks good. I'm not that type of person who can't give credit, where credit is due. And she looked like a mother in her element at that moment. And that's something we've all wanted to see from her. That's what we've all been saying, right? Okay, she gave us that moment. But one clip don't clean her slate. We can acknowledge it without pretending like it deletes everything else out. Because just last month, people were talking about how she was neglectful towards her other children. That's her cycle. That's her pattern. Now, let me make this clear. I'm not hating. I don't take joy in seeing her fall apart, whether you believe it or not. I believe people can change. I really do. But you can't call it something when it's really not. We just seen videos. All we know is it was just a moment. Like when you have real growth, it is shown when ain't nobody watching. And we cannot forget the reason she brought them babies to the internet. It was because Janelle done it first. So it was out of spite. Let's not forget who we dealing with. Okay? And this is where Briana keeps losing us. She'll show her little light for a second, right? But it's never long enough for it to actually mean something. She switch up too quick. She fold too quick. So yeah, that moment with the twins, it was beautiful, but it was a moment. And one moment ain't proof of change, y'all. It's potential. And I'm saying this and I'm doing this video because I was reading my comments. And it was some people, in my comments like, Harmony, don't soften up. Like she don't deserve grace. And listen, if anybody should be mad, y'all, it should be me. She threatened my daughter. She tried to take my page down. She had her supporters attack me. She gave my government name. Her supporters posted my deceased grandbaby. So if anybody got a reason to keep their foot on her neck, it is me. But I'm not built like that. I don't wake up looking for revenge. My content has always been about her actions, not my emotions. And that's something people don't understand. They think because I talk about her, I must hate her. No, I'm just being fair. I call it how it is. I call it how I see it. Matter of fact, y'all remember she even wanted to sit down with me once. I don't know if all y'all know, but she reached out to somebody and she wanted to have a sit down with me. She wanted to talk things out. I said no then, and I still say no now. So for those of y'all who comment and saying, come on now, Harmony, where you going with this? This is where I'm going with it. I'm letting y'all know. Okay? And this is bigger than just Briana. It's also about how we, as people, we react to glimpse of change. And it's like we want it so bad to believe that folks can do better and we start ignoring their behavior, right? But if someone keeps showing you who they are, believe that until their consistency proves different. We know why Briana came to the internet. So when y'all tell me in them comments, Harmony, let up off her because you could see some change in her. I seen a moment of change. Yes, I did. One moment. Remember that. That doesn't mean, now I'm not saying she can't evolve. Excuse me. As a matter of fact, I hope she does. I hope she really steps into her motherhood fully, take care of her children. I hope she heals her heart. I hope she stop creating all this bullshit. I hope someday she can get away from that no good baby daddy she with. Like, I don't wish hate on her. Because like I said, that's not who I am. So yeah, that video I did, it was nice. I smiled at it. I did, but she's done too much to forget. And that's some real shit. Bottom line is she still got work to do, but we all do. But for now, let's not confuse her little highlight reel as a changed woman. We're not doing that. We definitely not doing that. Now I'm gonna keep watching like I always do. And if she keeps showing up for her kids and eventually get her shit together, then I will come back to the internet and I will announce it loud. Okay, this is not a moment for Briana. I really think Briana is trying to change. That's what you would get from me. I'm gonna always keep it real. But until then, I'm just proceeding with caution. Now, excuse me. I was talking to somebody and I was like, I give her grace. And it was like, you give her grace. I wouldn't give her grace. And I'm like, I give her grace because grace means hoping somebody get it right while still remembering what they've done wrong. You understand what I'm saying? Because that word grace, it gets thrown around, just like narcissists do. It gets thrown around and then it loses purpose. It loses meaning. People love to say, I give her grace. Okay, but grace don't erase accountability. It don't erase the behavior. It don't erase what you've done. It don't erase any of that. In my case, like when she posted my deceased grandbaby, well, not her, but her supporters, and I had to pray on it. Grace to me then, when I said whoever done it, I give them grace. To me then, what that meant was, I am not going to let their fucked up behavior make me act fucked up with them. You get what I'm saying? I'm not going to let them pull me out of character. So I say, I give you grace. But I remember what you did. But I'm not going to let you change me. See, I can give Briana grace and still tell the truth about her. I can wish her well and still remember how she weaponized people and how she used her platform to terrorize people. She convinced her supporters that she had been physically abused by her ex-husband Robert. She says, since I'm miserable and I can't deal with the fact that he left me, I'm going to go ahead and get a team of people together to work against him. And she needed people to be on that train with her. So for those who took me giving Briana grace out of context, you're hearing it from me. Grace, it doesn't mean I forgot what happened. It just means I'm not holding on to that pain, because the only thing that's ever hurt me on this internet is them posting my grandbaby. And I had to get away from it. I had to, pray about it. Like, who are these people? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know these people to affect me. That's why none of this stuff has never, ever affected me. I've never came out here and addressed anything because I really, 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 when I say I really don't give a fuck, I really don't. That was the only thing that bothered me. So when I was talking to this person and to the people that was in the comments saying, Harmony, why are you giving her grace? It ain't for her. It's for me. It's for me. So I don't spaz out in this motherfucker about my grandbaby. That's what it's for. Now we're gonna move on. Okay. Now we're starting to go somewhere else with it. We're gonna bring it back in. We're gonna will it back in. Okay. We all know when it comes to this whole Briana thing, this is a loop. We've seen this play out before. Briana, she'll go missing, she'll go quiet for a minute, then she'll post something that pull at some people's hearts. Then here it come. Then here it come. They giving her the sympathy comments. Such a good mom. Y'all always judging her. And then just when folks start defending her, she goddamn, she self-destruct again. But we're gonna shift this for a minute, and I want to talk to y'all about something. I wanna I don't want this to just be about her, because at the end of the day, this is about us too. The watchers, the supporters, the ones who say, we want better for people, but we still feed into dysfunction because it's entertaining. Those of y'all who don't watch my content unless it's dragging somebody, or if it's watching somebody downfall. I can come on here and post something positive and I won't hardly get any views. Now we say we want people to grow, but we only tune in when they're spiraling. We can talk like, okay, healing, we love healing, but we'll scroll right past a positive video. And that's where I had to check myself, because I've covered her story for a long time. And it's easy to get caught up in her drama, like it's a series you can't stop watching. That's why Chatty Cathy named it the Saga. She came up with that, the Saga. But behind the screen, like, this is somebody's real life. You know what I'm saying? Yes, they put it out here, but we kind of forget that. Then before you know it, you caught up in this one influencer's lifestyle. Now, I'm not saying Briana can't change, because everybody's got that moment, that could shift for them, and they go in the right direction. Maybe this was hers. I don't know. Maybe with them twins, they finally made her see, like, you got to tighten up. You got to be a mama for real. You can't pass us on. You got to be a mama. But here's the part we tend to skip over. Change don't last unless you deal with the reason you are broken in the first place. That's why I keep stressing to that young lady who's young enough to be my daughter. I have a daughter her age. I keep stressing, take a break and heal for real. And this don't just go for her, this anybody. If you're struggling with any type of mental issues, depression, going through a breakup, grieving the death of a family member, grieving, the loss of a marriage, a child, a friendship, and you feel like you can't do it on your own, get some help. Don't just move on, because the pain and the grieving is still going to be there. Briana needs help. That baby documentary is not going to fix her. Did she drop? She needs help. She hides behind social media. She hides behind sympathy posts. She hides behind her money. She hides behind Janelle. She hides behind her tears. But she never sits with herself long enough to face what's really underneath. That girl is over there hurting. And I'm sure y'all can agree. We don't wish hurt on anyone. At least I don't. But she need to get some help. So yeah, I give her credit for posting the babies. But I ain't about to rewrite her past until she rewrites her own behavior. I'm not doing it. Nope. Nope. So for those of y'all who was in my comments like, oh, Harmony, you sound like this is good. This is the first time I've looked at her differently, and this is good. I hope you going in a different direction with this. I'll go in a different direction when she becomes consistent. You got to remember, I don't just pull this shit out the air. I get it from Briana herself. So if Briana want me to report on something different, Briana has to be different. That's why I reported on them babies. That was something different. But it still do not change who she is. Y'all drop it low, y'all opinion. Let's move on to the next story. Okay, guys, I got to give my shout out. And to these people who are really, really, really special. And the reason they're so special is because YouTube pays me. So you guys don't have to give anything. So when you do give, you're really giving from your heart. And I want y'all to know that I really, really appreciate it. Those of you who would like to give but can't give, you're already giving by like, comment, sharing, and subscribing. Shout out to Precious, Josephine, Ocean Bay, Natalie, Tired Old Fish, Enlightened, Tay Now It's Her, Shorty, and Jerry. Thank you guys. I really, really appreciate you. Y'all, this is a crazy story, but it really happened. Check this out. Now, y'all, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. Y'all know how my voice do when it's too early or it's too late. So just bear with me. Now, a mother of 3 died after drinking a cocktail that was mixed with industrial cleaner while out on a date with her husband. An investigation has been launched. 30-year-old Holly Hill, a mother of 3 and a teacher for Elgin School in Elgin, Oklahoma. She died more than 2 years after she was served a margarita mixed with industrial cleaner. At Margarita's Bar and Grill on Valentine's Day in 2023. Holly passed away last Thursday from complications linked to the 2023 incident. Her mother, Kelly Hunter, said that Holly realized something was terribly wrong moments after taking a sip. Her mouth was on fire and she knew something wasn't right. Holly immediately jumped up and ran to the bathroom, started throwing up, started rinsing her mouth out with water. According to her family, the second margarita Holly was served that night contained an industrial cleaning solution. The chemical burned her throat and her esophagus so severely that she required dozens of procedures over the next 2 years. Days before her death, Holly, a 3rd grade teacher, as I said, at Elgin Public School, underwent another surgery. Doctors said the hole in her esophagus wasn't healed, but it was a bit better and not as inflamed, her mother wrote. Holly was still receiving tube feedings and preparing for a swallow study. But her condition suddenly worsened as they were trying to get her ready to transport her. They lost her pulse, Hunter said. Holly's family believe the restaurant is responsible. We want them held accountable for taking my daughter's life because they did, Hunter said. It might have been a long fight, but ultimately they are the cause. The Hill family had recently sued the restaurant, reaching a confidential settlement earlier this year. For the past 2.5 years, while continuing to teach and care for her family, Holly faced a long, difficult medical journey. Elgin Public School Superintendent Nate Merez called the loss unimaginable. Holly was a dedicated teacher, Elgin alumni, and beloved mother and wife, he said in a statement. A funeral for Holly was held Tuesday at the Elgin School's Performing Arts Center. Authorities have now opened a criminal investigation. The state investigators will initiate an initial inquiry into this matter and will be assisted by Elgin Police Department. The restaurant has not commented on Holly's death, but previously posted an apology on social media back in May of 2023. We are very sorry for what happened during these 10 years. We have never had a situation like this, a situation that should not have occurred in the first place. Holly's family says they will not stop until justice is served. The number one thing that we really want at this point is we want people to be aware of what happened at that restaurant and to quit supporting them, Hunter said. Rest in peace to Holly Hill, but I have a question. I'm trying to figure out, like, when she took her first drink and realized something was burning her throat, ran to the bathroom, she knew something wasn't right, she started throwing up. There is no way I would have ordered a second drink. No way. No way. Let's move on.
Why are y'all asking about her husband? That's weird. A lot of black poor women ask about my husband because they don't have one, and Mammy didn't have one, Grandma didn't have one. House full of motherfucking bastards don't know what a consistent daddy looks like, and they're bitter. That's why they ask. That's why they ask. Yes. 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 That's why.
Well, Peach, here we go again. I hope it was worth it.
Is it true you have 2 children not from your husband? I just heard. Is it true that you a pussy-ass, hating-ass, dog-ass hoe that bring a bone so you want to take a bone? Ho, fuck you and worry about your own bastards of a kid. How about that? All right, so anyway, I just want to have a phone conversation with you one-on-one. So that can happen if you pay me $10,000. If you pay me $10,000, I'll give you an hour of my time. Sounds ridiculous? Good.
Peach, your own husband don't talk to you. Why would anybody pay to talk to you over the phone? Have y'all heard the story about those monkeys that escaped from a semi that turned over? Check this out.
Interstate 59 in Mississippi, a truck carrying research monkeys possibly infected from hepatitis to COVID crashing on the highway. Here's Mola Lengi.
Tonight, the urgent search for dangerous research monkeys that escaped from the wreckage of a crash on a Mississippi highway.
We got 21 monkeys that was on this. We got 5 of them on the run.
Video showing several monkeys crawling in the grass. Heavily armed officers responding to the scene. Authorities say a truck carrying nearly 24 rhesus monkeys from Tulane University overturned on Interstate 59 in Jasper County.
Here's one of the monkeys right here. There's one sitting right there.
At least 6 monkeys escaping. Officials warning they might be aggressive towards people and were potentially infected with hepatitis C, herpes, and COVID.
They may have to neutralize something out here in a minute.
And late today, police confirming all but one of the escaped monkeys have been euthanized for public safety reasons, adding they're still actively searching for that one monkey still on the loose.
Well, David, the monkeys that did not escape from the truck are said to be okay and accounted for, David. All right, Mola Langy. Tonight, the alarm.
Now, I don't know if it's just me, but it seemed like I've heard this story before, and I think it was like out of Florida a couple years ago. But it's sad that they using them monkeys as experiments anyway. Y'all drop y'all comments below. Well, guys, that's all the commentary I have for now. As always, thanks for watching. I will talk to you shortly. Bye. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And hit the notification bell so you can be alerted every time I upload a video. Don't forget to support your Black-owned businesses. Visit ours in the link below.